Welcome back to another video. Today I'm starting a new series that I'm calling APAT, short for AttemptedPro Anime Talks. Many of you may not like anime, and this is very different from my normal content, but that's what today's video is. If you're gonna bully me about talking about anime, go for it. I like anime, and if you like anime, I like you. The anime I'm talking about today is Danmachi, also known as Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? One of my favorite series, and yeah, I'm just going to be talking about it and why I like it, some things in it that I noticed and really like, and hopefully anyone can enjoy this. If you've already seen the series, if you haven't, you really should, and, you know, just see the series. It's a great series. With all that being said, buckle your wee belt and let's get right into the video. Also, I'll pose a few questions. Heck. Okay, back on track. Today I'll propose a few questions about the series. I've watched the entire series about 6 times. Diehard fan right here. There's only 13 episodes, not that long. I wish it was longer. And I've also watched a spin-off series, Sword Oratorio. Anyways, I honestly love this series, so that's why I'm talking about it mainly. But I've also read most of the light novels. And I'm currently reading the Sword Oratorio light novels, which I'd recommend all of them, at least as far as I've read. I've even read the Liu side story. Watching this back in editing, I have talked for way too long, so sorry about that. I just keep on blabbering on and on, so I'm just going to cut to the part where I actually make some valid points about the series. Hope you're okay with that. Here we go. Danmachi, an anime we all know and love. Today, I'll be talking about this masterpiece and delving deeper into the intricacies of this series using my high IQ to bring you only the best content out there. Good one. First thing I want to bring up, Liu versus Ryu. Now, we all know the one and only beautiful elf, Liu, or Ryu, whatever you want to call her. That's the problem. Is her name Liu or Ryu? Because there's a book about her called The Familiar Chronicle Liu, but she's referred to as Ryu in the series, and then they make her called Liu in the book, and no, what's this? I just wasn't made for this. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but basically, pick a name. Next thing I wanted to bring up, the Minotaur. Monster in this series. The best monster in this series. Not that many monsters are good. Maybe there'll be a better one in the late novels. No spoilers alert. But, yeah. I'm just saying, there might be a better one that appears later on. Not important. Today I'm talking about the Minotaur in general. The one that Bell has to fight to get stronger. He only gets his Realis Fraile ability he has to make him grow faster because he was afraid of Minotaurs, and the fact that he was able to beat one later on in the series. I just feel like it's such a great thing for the series because it's so important to it. I just want to say I like this monster. Good job, Fujino Omori. By the way, he's a writer of the book, the light novel, so he basically is the reason the series exists. I also want to say, in this series, Bell is so overestimated by everyone. He can keep up to the overestimations, but there's so many people who place too much faith in him because without his ability, he wouldn't be able to do most of the things he does in the series. I mean, there's no way he'd be able to level up as fast as he does. But nobody knows about that ability besides Hestia. At least they shouldn't. And as far as I know, nobody else does. So he shouldn't be able to, all these other people placing their hopes and dreams on him for him to do good. That's great, but imagine if he didn't have the ability. Freya trying to get that Minotaur and training the Minotaur to attack him. If he didn't have that ability, he wouldn't have been able to do it. They beat the Minotaur, and I don't think there's a way that she could have known about him having that ability. So, more likely than not, he would have ended up dead if it weren't for the ability. I hate beat. Bet is it? I don't know. Is it bet? Beat? Whatever. I hate him. Next point. Bell's skill. It's cool. Good. Next point. Bell's knife. Hestia knife. Think of a more creative name. Wench. Next thing. Sword Oratorio. Hate the main character. Stupid ginger. All you have to do is say some words. If you're ginger, don't get offended. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. But I'm going to get more serious about this point because I'm emotionally involved in this point. I'm passionate about it, to say the least. I do not like Lefia. She is the main character of Sword Oratorio, the spin-off series, and her whole point is that she's already starting off pretty darn strong. She's like level 3, I believe, in the anime, the beginning of it, and she's starting off like with her extremely powerful magic that allows her to use any elf's magic so long as they teach her the interworkings of it, like in the phrase that goes with it, or the incantation. So all she has to do is really say the words, and she's pretty strong. I mean, she's overpowered, to say the least. She can just use any sort of elf magic she wants, as long as she's like basically just friends with the person who's teaching it to her, because they're not just going to teach it to her normally. But she's basically getting stronger through the power of friendship by befriending people. For example, Banshee, who teaches her magic. And I just feel like that's not the same as watching the main character struggle to get stronger, like Belle, who has to fight and fight and fight to get closer to Eyes. He may have his ability to help him, but he's still starting off from the bottom, and on top of that, he actually has to fight to get stronger. She just has to get over her fear, which sure, that's something, but she's starting off so strong, and like, she just doesn't have to work as hard, I feel. Fujinami, he did good with the series, bad with the character in that stance. Next point! Aina. All these names are hard to pronounce. What is with this? Whatever. Guild Lady. When she went shopping with Belle, couldn't she have just gotten him armor that matched his red and white? Or even something that wasn't an ugly green? I don't want to be that guy. But come on, that doesn't match at all. Get him something that matches, please. Just please. Next point. Belle. Use something better than a knife. Like a sword. Because as we've seen in most cases, you end up just taking the enemy's weapon. Like every time he fights a Minotaur, he has to take, for example, when he fought the major fight to level up to level 2, he took his sword to finish it off. Well, to at least fight it. He didn't finish it off with it. But and then in the case when they got stuck in the dungeon, he just took the Minotaur's weapon to kill 3 of them with. Which, he should just get a bigger weapon. Sure, it may not be his typical fighting style, but he should just carry around a sword for bigger monsters and fight with his knives for smaller things. I mean, sure, at one point, Lily gives him a base load, I believe it's called, and tells him to, fight with that for bigger monsters. I think he should just get something like that, or something like a sword to use regularly that's better for reach and better for fighting monsters. That would just make it so much easier, I think. Next point. Miak, the god that's kind of friends with Belle, and I just like him a lot. He deals with Hestia's complaints and just is a cool guy all around. Just a great guy. Next point. Lily's aim with that little wrist slingshot. I don't know, the bow and arrow thing she has with her. Pretty good. I'm just saying, she has good aim. I just want to put that out there. Like, when she stole Belle's knife from his leg, like the whole pack he had on his leg, that was some impressive aim. I mean, that's really something right there. She could be an adventurer, and I'd be pretty impressed then too, because that's some good aim. Next point. Actual next point. Season 2 is announced, and so is the movie. I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Next point. There's a game that goes with this series called Memoria Frase. Cool game, good soundtrack, good job Crunchyroll. Next section. I'm calling this a section because I'm going to get more into theories and stuff, rather than just making points about the series in general. This is going to be things that I noticed that I think are actually really important theories, like things that go with the series, and things that may not have been noticed by other people. First theory. It's a big mystery in the series, which is Ice's personality in her past. Why is she such a straight-faced person? Why is there many things about her? In Sword Oratorio, she's referred to as Arya, which is a mother's name, and I'm just wondering what happened with the mother, what happened with the father, because there's clearly something that happened that changed her and her magic, and she's apparently part spirit, So that's pretty interesting right there. Next up is what's wrong with the dungeon, or what's going on with the dungeon, whatever you want to call it. Because when Bell got his mind down in the dungeon, there was a darkness coming from the ground. I'm not really sure. It's more like a shadow, kind of, that was coming up, and it looked like something was going to happen. I'm not sure, but it went right back away. So I wonder what was going on with that. That's just something I wanted to bring up that you may not have noticed. And then is also the dungeon itself. What's its connection with the gods? Because at one point Hermes said that they keep it locked up or something like that. And yeah, why do they do that, and what is its correlation? And when Hestia uses her powers in the dungeon, it starts going crazy. And why does Uranos have to use prayers like what Lowe's do? I feel like this is just stuff that they are gonna get to eventually, but I just wanted to make a point that they're a thing. And lastly, something that I wondered about the most, at least in the sub, Freya said to the silverback that chased after the silverback that chased after Belle and Hestia, Freya told it chase after the little me, or basically said go after the one that's like me, and that meant it chased after Hestia. Does that mean Hestia has some sort of connection to Freya if she says little me, or is it just because of both gods? That's the last point I wanted to make, because I don't got nothing else to say, at least not right now. So that's pretty much the end of this video. The end? Yeah, that's the end of this video, rather. Thank you for watching. If you managed to make it this far in the video, well, that's neat. Thanks for doing that. Leave a like and subscribe, maybe, possibly. That'd be appreciated. With all everything I wanted to say being said, goodbye. Ha! Gotcha. Thought I was gone. I'm not. I'm right here. I wanted to make a quick point, too. Hestia, what's she the goddess of? Well, she's a darn tootin' goddess of home. In case you're curious as to what she's the goddess of, I just thought I'd disclose that information real quick. I also wanted to say, sorry my video is so cringy. I know. Sorry my audio is really, all over the place, too. Not the most professional recording setup I've got going over here. And yeah, I just wanted to address all that. So, if you're actually watching this far in the video, besides just me and maybe my parental figure, thanks for doing that again. There's also the fact that it's really awkward to sit here and talk to myself. I just want to make that point for anyone who thinks I'm cringy. Well, yeah, I know that. I made the point I'm cringy, and that's who I am. So this was the video. That's the end of the video. Goodbye. For real this time.